quickly. I wanted to say thank you to Marine Resources Council again and Jim Moyer for nominating River Kids for the Waymaker Award, and we went up to Melbourne and accepted that, and it was because of his nomination and all the River Kids and people that have supported us over the years, so thank you very much. It was great. Also, the Toxic Trail, I know Will Glover was here. Did he get to speak about that? Okay, wonderful. So that's June 29th, I believe. And then also this Saturday, I think it's 10 o'clock at
10 to 2.
10 to 2 Illustrated Properties. It is a real estate company that is actually, that has gotten the River Kids to, I guess they're giving all the proceeds to River Kids, which is nice because they're in the game and they're saying, yes, our water quality sucks and we want to help it, and they are acknowledging that. So that's pretty big. That's good. And so go get all your materials to shred and go by, and thank you very much.
I'm on the Speakers Bureau Committee, representing Town of Wyoming today. The Speakers Bureau is a organization for the Rivers Coalition to go out and give a lecture or a talk to different organizations and explain to them what's going on and what our stance is and what we do. We have dates coming up, and May the 5th, we speak at the Palm City Presbyterian. May the 6th at the Sunset Rotary Club, and then May the 15th at the Treasure Coast Military Officers Association. So that's what we have coming up. And if anybody in your group, or you know any groups that would like to have a lecture or somebody to speak for the Rivers Coalition, please let Tom Weissing know, or let Rivers Coalition know, let Barbara know, and we'll be glad to come out and talk to you. Oh, and the river is still shitty. When that rain comes up a little bit, I'm out there every day, okay? And also notice something else. Monday I drove around Lake Okeechobee. I drove over the top of it, went around the other side, and coming back, I came back up to Clewiston and Pahokee and through there. There are more sugar farms in Martin County now than there ever were.
And they're not regulated.
And they're burning.
That's not regulated.
Yes, so real quick, the governing board meetings are really important, and as Jackie said, they're now having a workshop and a governing board meeting on the second day. So the 8th, May 8th and May 9th, May 8th or 9th, the workshop, and the workshop this month is on water quality. The first meeting was March 14th, and Jackie and the others were inducted into the original meeting. That was a great meeting, big outpouring. But as she said, this last one in April, unfortunately I couldn't go, and several couldn't go maybe, but we need to go in support of these agenda items. The Lowsome comments were in, and don't forget that we sent in, Martin County did, a lot of members individually, a lot of groups did, and Bull Sugar and other groups, Gary Goforth, Rivers Coalition, we sent our comments, Everybody's Coalition, but also U.S. Sugar. I just got U.S. Sugar's comments on Lowsome. So don't forget that the Lake Okeechobee Management Plan is being reviewed. They'll now start the May through August. They'll have what they call public planning workshops, and you'll stay tuned for that. I'm going down to a meeting tomorrow with Colonel Kelly. They're going to explain when those workshops are going to continue. So you're encouraged, and we'll let everybody know through the website maybe to get out to those workshops and get going on that.
Mark,
And
can I say something real quick?
yes.
It's just interesting to me as a new governing board member to receive the Lowsome comments from U.S. Sugar Corporation. And I was happy to read them. I want to know where they're coming from. But what's interesting is no one else has sent me any comments because we probably wouldn't think about it. So Martin County can send their comments to the governing board members. FOS can send their comments to the governing board members. Anybody else. And I think it's helpful. And then it's on the record, documented. So
Yep, good point. Diane, you?
I wanted to thank Mark Perry for the statement that he gave to Martin County in our Lowson comments. We needed some statements on seagrass loss, and he provided us a personal statement for our comments.
You're welcome
Thank
to do that anytime. So basically, the estuary does look good according to the water quality grade, but as Jim pointed out, I mean, the water quality is still not good in certain conditions, and the habitat loss is very dramatic, especially as seagrass loss is out in the outer estuary. The oyster reefs, we've surveyed, seem to be encouraged that they're coming back, but the salinities are up to 21 parts per thousand here, about 30 parts per thousand, which is almost ocean water out by the outer estuary, which is good. But there's a lot to do. There's still a lot of evaporation coming off the lake, about 7,200 CFS. They're putting also about 2,500 cubic feet per second south for irrigation, but only about 14 cubic feet per second is going through the SDAs to the water conservation areas. They're a half foot below schedule. And the reason all that water's going south is for irrigation. From November through May, every year in the dry season, they take water from the lake for irrigation and EAA. Right now, also, there's about 1,700 CFS going west to the Caloosahatchee, but zero coming east. In fact, our gates are open at Port Mayaca, and there's actually about 86 cubic feet per second going back into the lake. Because those levels are right about the same, at about 11.5 feet. So when you open that gate at Port Mayaca, if the lake's lower than the canal, it actually flows back into the lake. That's when Paul doesn't like the fact that we're sending it.
Were those SDAs full to max capacity?
No, the SDAs are not full to max capacity. The SDAs could take water, and this has been a big point in our whole process at Lowson and managing the lake and discharge from the lake, is that during the dry season, lake water should be going south to the water conservation areas, to the Everglades, and that constant, even during the dry season, is better for the Everglades, it's better for that, and it's lower lake.
When they were still discharging to the same.
Oh, yeah.
They still had capacity. Yeah.
Oh, yes, they had capacity in SDAs.
That backflow to the lake has way less impact on the lake
Yeah.
than with the estuary. But they had an article on Hawkins the other day, and that was up and running.
Hawkins could
We
take
put
a
water there, and it would go in either place. So-
Right.
So C-44 is gonna help with that too, these projects.
So C-44 and Hawkins Groves, as Paul mentioned, they could take more water. They have to revise their agreements on how they're set up, because they're only set up to take it if it is in discharge mode to the estuary. So they could take it otherwise, and it can be stored and treated on sites out there rather than any kind of potential discharge. That's kind of all I have. There are some other meetings. For the task force meeting is tomorrow, South Florida Ecosystem Task Force, a lot of EPA, other folks are coming, and other meetings are coming up.
I just have one question about the SDAs. Were they low because of nesting birds? Because I know they've had problems before where they couldn't put water through because of the stilts. Is that why they're?
No, they kind of manage the SDAs in order to keep them healthy, but they're healthy if they do fluctuate.
Sometimes they let them completely dry and then have a problem with, you know, nesting ground nesters come in and then they can't flush.
Not with bird, bird situation.
I just want to say, it's a process trying to get answers, but the answers that have been given is that many parts of the STAs are burnt out and that they need to be replanted and recover. So, you know, I haven't flown over it, I haven't walked it. My experience is that it's right now almost impossible to know, you know, to why aren't this STAs at capacity, and also water farms or dispersed water management. The system is not set up for full capacity. It's just not. And until it's changed, that's how it's gonna be.
We're running out of time, so.
Just quickly, Jackie, did you say you did not get any responses on the Lowson? Is that what
No.
you said?
Well, I said that the only direct email I got for Lowson comments was from United States Sugar Corporation.
Okay, well, Marty Baum sent one out to his board and we approved it.
That was to Lowson though, not to
That was-
the
Yeah,
Army Corps.
We can send it to them.
I would send it too, yeah,
Yeah, you should send your Lowson comments to
everybody,
the district governing board.
everybody.
Yeah, just to change subjects, at the Board of Commissioners meeting, just so everyone knows, there was a resolution that was passed where they're going to go on a drive and convince restaurant owners to convert from plastic straws and also styrofoam to paper straws, or no straws at all. So, and they're also going to put out some sort of notice, like a seal, like we've seen before, to encourage people to frequent those restaurants which are observing this. And of course, that's very important with the straws, so they will help with the turtle nesting
Ocean friendly.
and prevent the turtles from choking. So,
Who is doing this?
the county. It was announced at the last Board of Commissioners meeting.
I'm gonna be volunteering for Surf Riders, so I'll keep you
Right.
posted.
And Surf Riders was there, and they were promoting it. And also Anne Murray, who's a new hydrologist, she's going around talking to all the restaurants to convert them over to paper
And also
straws.
Florida Oceanographic Society.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot to mention, and Florida Oceanographic is also involved in that. Thank you.
Yeah, the IRLNEP is also engaged in the Plastic Free Lagoon project, and they're going to be sponsoring communities to go plastic free. Anybody else?
Yeah, I just want to say the Martin County Native Plant Society is, our next meeting is Tuesday, May 7th, and it's Designing a Native Garden by Amanda Martin, and the field trip will be May 11th at Ann's Garden in Palm Beach.
Anybody else? Our next meeting is a Wednesday night meeting. There's on your agenda, Era. It's a Wednesday, not a Thursday, on May 22nd.
Yes.
Anybody else? Thank you very much.
Is it helpful to send some stuff to you guys prior to the
Because I've got, I'm looking at an analysis of, here we go.
Excellent. Oh, great. Yes, yes. Thank you. Fabulous. I'll put that in the newsletter. But May, oh, I missed it.
4 days later.
My next newsletter will come out on Wednesday.
And I have all of them.
But I mean, during one of the, okay, great. Okay, that's so, and I'm sure you have a post on your website about our meetings. You do?
Yes, we do.
Excellent.
Yeah, we have a newsletter that goes out.
Let them know. I'll let them know that you do.
Yes,
Your staff will know it.
Yes, it's reciprocal. Yeah, we have a newsletter that goes out every month.
Thank you. Excellent. It's freezing. So you need that.
He already spoke, because I came in like.
He did. He explained it all. They did. He got up there, explained it all.
And I know them